Hello, thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. And today we're looking at solving systems of equations via substitution. So let's begin. Uh, Here's a quick little diagram to show you what we're doing as far as solving via substitution. What we want to do is look at the fact that we got two equations here. 2x plus y is equal to 5 and y is equal to x minus 4. And we know that they both have y's. So I can substitute this y in here and I have x minus 4. And then I'll solve this one equation now that only has one variable, x. And I'll find out that x is equal to 3. And then I can plug that back in and find y right here. Plug that x back in. And then once I solve it, I can tell that 3 negative 1 is my point, and if I graph both lines, I can see that's where they cross. So that's what we're doing. The same thing we did with graphing equations and seeing where they cross, but here we're doing it algebraically. In this particular example, we're using substitution. So let's take a look at a few examples. I also want to show you this. Here's a flow chart. If you ever want to pause the video and take a look at this, but this tells you step by step what to do for all your solving by substitution. Okay, so let's look at an example. And this is level 1 on Delta Math. Okay, here we're going to solve the system by substitution. We know that both of these are equal to y, so I can set these equal to each other. So I have negative 5x is equal to negative x plus 24. I made sure I put the negative x plus 24 on the right, so that way I know when I move my variable, it will come to the left. I can have a number on the right. But now I'm just going to solve this. So I'll go ahead and add x on both sides. Negative 5x plus x is going to be negative 4x. The x's cancel out. I bring down to 24. And now I divide by negative 4. And now I know that x is equal to negative 6. So now I know what the x is. Now I need to find out what the y is. So I'm going to plug that back in. And you can plug it into any one of these. I decided to pick it in the second one because it's the easiest one. So I plugged in negative 6 in for x. So I got negative times a negative, which is a positive. 5 times 6 is 30. So y is equal to 30. So now I have my x, which is negative 6, and my y, which is 30, and I can write it as an ordered pair, negative 6, 30. All right, here's another example. Okay, again, two y's are equal to each other. I go ahead and set them equal to each other here. 3x is equal to x plus 6. I'm going to subtract x on both sides. That's going to get me 2x is equal to 6. I divide by 2, and x is equal to 3. And then I take that x and plug it back in right here. And now I have y is equal to 3 times 3, which is 9. Alright, now let's take a look at, gotta write the ordered pair here. Alright, now let's take a look at substitution level 2. Okay, now on this one, we're going to take this whole negative 6x, which is what y is equal to, and plug it into the equation. So I'm going to rewrite this bigger equation here. And I put a little space here for where I'm going to put the y, which will be negative 6x. So I plug in that negative 6x. And now I'm going to solve the equation. You got all of this as one variable. So now I'll do negative times a negative, which is a positive, and 7 times 6, which is 42. Alright, now I'm going to continue to solve here. I've got like terms, negative 2x and positive 42. Different signs, find the difference. 42 minus 2 is 40. X. Now I'm going to divide by 40. And x is equal to 1. Now I'm going to take that 1 and plug it in for the x value here. I'm going to pick that first one. Y is equal to negative 6x. I get y is equal to negative 6 times 1, which means y is equal to negative 6. And then again, I write my ordered pair. 1, negative 6. All right, let's take a look at another example. All right, now they mixed it up for you. They put the bigger equation on top, but still, we're gonna and they switched it. They put the x in. We got x is equal to negative 6y here, but we're gonna make it simple for us. I'm gonna write this bigger equation, and I'm gonna plug in or substitute the x here with negative 6y because x is equal to negative 6y. And that way I'll have nothing but y over here. Alright, I'm going to solve for y. So I'm going to plug in this negative 6y. I got 2 times negative 6y. And that's going to get me negative 12y minus y. Got like terms again. I'll add that together and get negative 13y is equal to 39. And then I'll divide by negative 13. And y is equal to negative 3. Alright, now I'm going to take that y is equal to negative 3 and plug it in. So I got negative 6y is equal to x. And I'm going to plug that in for y here. And can I plug it into this one? I could, but this one's easier to work. So I'm just going to plug it in. I've got negative 6 and negative 3. Negative times a negative is a positive. 6 times 3 is 18. So x is equal to 18. And my ordered pair is 18 and negative 3. Make sure when you write the ordered pair that you put the right letter first. Put x and then y. Alright, let's take a look at another one. Now this is substitution level 3 on Delta Math. Alright, now the difference here is instead of a monomial or one term, it's a binomial in 2 terms, but it's still already solved for y. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and write the bigger equation here. And these are actually the same length, but you see I have an x and a y term, the one that's in standard form. I'm going to write that one out first, and then I'm going to plug in my value for y. So I had some extra space here, and I'm going to plug in this whole binomial, the 7x plus 3, in for y. Alright, now I've got a negative 2 times this binomial, which means I got to use distributive property and multiply that negative 2 times 7 to get negative 14x. and then negative 2 times 3 to get negative 6. Alright, then next I'm going to combine my like terms. I've got 9x and negative 14x, different signs, find the difference. 14 minus 9 is 5. I get negative 5x minus 6. Now I'm going to add 6 on both sides. I get 14 plus 6 gives you 20. Bring down this negative 5x is equal to 20. And divide by negative 5. X is equal to negative 4. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and plug that negative 4 in. And I'm going to plug it into this one that's already solved for y. It gets me 7 times negative 4 plus 3. 7 times negative 4 is going to get me negative 28 plus 3. And add those together, and I get negative 25. So again, I'm going to write my ordered pair, negative 4, negative 25. Okay, last question. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do 7x plus y is equal to negative 3, the bigger one, the standard form. Plug in the negative 6x minus 7. Here, I don't have anything to distribute, so I'm just going to write it again like this without the parentheses. Make sure that minus here and minus there. Collect like terms. 7x minus 6x is 1x. Add 7 on both sides. And that gives me x is equal to 4. Then I'm going to take that 4 and plug it into the one to solve for y. Again, you can plug it in either one, but I think it's better if you can plug it into this one that's already solved. Negative 6 times 4, plugging in 4 for x. Positive times the negatives are negative, and 6 times 4 is 24. So negative 24 plus negative 7, same sign, find the sum. I get negative 31 for my y. So my x is 4, and my y is negative 31, and that's my ordered pair. Well, that's it. That is solving systems by substitution, level 1, level 2, and level 3. I want to thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.